Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard. It is made in 1/48 scale, and this is actually a limited edition. As you can see, it is named as a Spitfire Story View, and this is a dual combo kit, and I mean box art hints on it clearly. And here we have a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review. We are going to open it, check it thoroughly, and of course understand what is different in this kit. Why I'm saying so? Because here inside we have Spitfire Mk.I plastic in 1/48 scale from Eduard, and if I'm not wrong, this is actually a first release of this plastic in box, because it's still not available as a Profi pack as far as I remember, so it will be interesting to check it closer and see what is new here. So first of all, box size is typical, but it might look different because of the vertical box art. Then on the side we have some information about various bonuses. So as I said, we have here Spitfire 1 kits and also decals for 10 marking options. We also have some additional parts such as P and masks, but you'll see it in the video review. And also here we have assembly, or actually manufacturer address, if in case you would like to visit them. Here you can see these 10 marking options, so they're typical for British aircraft. I mean, it would be strange to expect something different. Still, it will be interesting to learn some history behind them, because they collected really interesting aircraft from World War II era. Here we have box. It's a top opening box, and inside you can see two sets of sprues because it's double combo obviously. So we are going to start with plastic, and then gradually we will move to various bonuses which are supplied here inside. So first of all, on the top we have two clear sprues. I will show you only one obviously, because there is no need to show the same part again and again. So just give me a second. I need to remove it out of the separate plastic bag. And in the meantime, let me remind you that if you would like to support us or give us a small tip, there is a special support button on our website. Link will be in the video description below. So you just click it, choose the amount you would like to send via PayPal, and of course all this money will be used for new photo and video equipment, or maybe for new kits to be reviewed in these video reviews. So here we have clear sprue, and I would say canopy design is somewhat similar to what we saw in previous Spitfire kits, and it means that you can assemble open version out of 3 pieces, or you can assemble closed version out of 2 pieces. And yes, you heard it right, because here we have I would say one piece element which will be replaced in the rear section and the middle movable section, and it might ensure a better fit, and of course it will be a better looking alternative to the 3 part option for the closed version. So think about it, which variant you would prefer to see on your aircraft. And next we have fuselage and wing parts, so just give me a second to open it. Sorry for plastic bag sounds, because I'm doing it off the camera close to the microphone. And frankly speaking, that's one thing I would like to solve. I'm still not sure what to do with microphone, because now sound is okay. It's not perfect, let's say it straight, but it is okay. So here we have fuselage parts, and overall fuselage parts division is typical. They're molded together with tail fin. Note that cowling section here at the top cover is pre-molded. Even though I was hoping that we will get it as a single piece part, still we get it as a part divided into 2 halves. If we zoom in, you can see that external detailing is pretty much standard for current Eduard kits. It means recessed panel lines and rivets, and everything looks really cool. I don't have any complaints here. If you flip it over, here inside you can see some minor internal detailing. We have guiding pins, but these guiding tabs will be useful for cockpit inserts, because cockpit will be assembled separately and then slided into the fuselage. And here you can see another fuselage half, and this small or thin section is actually used for bracing equipment which you can install on this model. I mean, of course you will have to spend some extra money, but if you would like to have something extra on your aircraft, that's a understandable thing. Next we go on with another pair of sprues. So here is one. So here we have two propeller types and also some parts for pilot seats. And again, everything looks fine, and I think it won't be difficult to combine all this stuff together. I'm happy to see that we have propeller blades pre-shaped, I would say, or they're molded as a one-piece part, so you won't have to deal with alignment of these parts. And pilot seat, I guess, will be possible to replace now with brassine part. It should be sold as a separate resin kit. Next we have sprue with wing parts. So overall design, I would say, is standard for aircraft kits. So if we zoom out, here you can see that we have two top halves and one bottom. Ailerons are molded separately, flaps are molded in, air intakes are molded separately. And external detailing is standard for such parts. If we zoom in here, you can see the recessed panel lines and the rivets. So all this stuff looks really good. So be sure not to lose it under several layers of paint and primer, because some modelers just love to cover everything with primer, and then it looks really strange because you do not see any panel lines. And what we have here also, if we flip it over, inside you can see a lot of guiding elements, for example here and here. And note that we have also thinned flaps section, so if you would like to get the PE set and replace this plastic flaps with PE parts, so you will be able to replicate retracted flaps, you have the thin section which should be cut off on the model. Okay, next we have another plastic bag. So I'm going to show you only one again. Just give me a second. These are bigger plastic sprues because here we have mix of various parts. And first one is dedicated to mix of external parts. So let's zoom out a bit. And here you'll find tail wings, also separate ailerons. Here we have also rudder, window or wing fins, chin panel, elevators. Also here we have some parts for landing gear wheels. Here we have landing gear tires. And everything looks fine. Of course, some of these parts can be replaced with resin if you would like to. And if you flip it over, here you can see these parts from the opposite side. Note that, for example, tail wings, they should be glued out of two halves, so be ready for such design and be careful with possible seams. But other than that, I do not see any possible issue with molding quality, so it's just a matter of careful assembly, I would say. Next we go on with last gray plastic sprue, which will be needed for assembly of your Spitfire. So here you can see cockpit panels, actually cockpit walls. We have exhaust stacks here and various cockpit elements here, another propeller. And the important thing to mention is that you can get the brassine cockpit. So if you're not satisfied with what you get here in plastic, you can upgrade it for some extra money if you would like to, but that's already your decision. And of course it will cost an extra. Next we go on with surprisingly, I would say, unusual thing for Eduard kits. Here we have a brassine figure of the pilot. So we all know that Eduard usually does not include any figures in their kit. Here we have one figure included and it looks really nice. Let's not forget that this is a 1/48 scale. Here you can see comparison with my fingertip. If we flip it over, here you can see detailing from the rear side. Okay. And next we go on with various bonuses. So first of all we have masks which are pre-cut and they will be handy for canopy and for landing gear as well. So as you can see, we have everything needed here. They're pre-cut, as I said, so they should be ready to be used out of the box. Another plastic bag carries PE thread, pre-painted PE thread, so just give me a second to remove it out of the plastic bag. And I can see that we have glazing on the dials. so it will replicate the glass on the dials on the instrument panel, and it looks really cool. And of course, cockpit will benefit from such addition. There are also some external bits which will be also applied on the aircraft. And this is a typical Eduard product, so I don't have any worries about it because we've made it before, and so it's just a matter of using, or I would say following basic procedures which you use for P parts, and that's pretty much all. Next we go on with decals sheet. So I removed one and I'm going to show it in a second. Here it is. This one is obviously dedicated to various stencils. It is printed in Eduard, so printing quality looks fine. I don't have any complaints here. And the only thing is that don't be lazy and apply all this stuff, because other than that, I don't see any possible issues. Some modelers just do not apply it because maybe they're lazy, maybe because they don't have time, but model really benefits from such symbols. So that's why I'm recommending to use it in any possible case. Next, we're going on with another decals sheets bag. So just give me a second. I need to open it. So first one is dedicated to various letters. They're prominent on the British aircraft, so that's why there is a separate decal sheet for it. Here it is. These are gray letters, as you can see, and they should be as easy to apply as previous symbols, so I don't see any possible issues here. And next, just give me a sec. Okay, and one more decals sheet which carries all necessary symbols for 10 marking options. Obviously with double combo or dual combo you will be able to replicate 2 out of these 10 markings, and printing quality seems to be fine. We also have decals for instrument panel, and I don't see any possible issue here, especially considering that Eduard decals are easy to work with and I did not have any issues with them. Next we go on with one more thing. Without it you won't be able to assemble the aircraft, so that's assembly manual. It is printed in form of this color printed brochure, and I would say cover is similar to what we saw on the box art, but here we go on with technical development history note, then we have parts map, then we go on with assembly process, which starts with cockpit. So I would say the whole design of the cockpit is similar to previous Spitfires released by Eduard. As you can see here, it is inserted between fuselage halves, and the same goes for the wing. So you assemble the wheel wells separately, then you continue with installation of the wing together with fuselage. Here you install tail wings, elevators and rudders, and next we go on with air intake. As you can see, it will have the PE meshes, which should also enhance the appearance of this model. Here you upgrade some pieces with PE parts, and that will be a really funny thing to do. Next we go on with more of air intake design or detailing. Next we have landing gear wheels and landing gear legs, their installation on the aircraft. Canopy here, as you can see there are several versions of the canopy, and of course we go on with open or closed canopy, so you have to decide. Note also the design of the propeller here, so it will have to be built out of 4 parts. Next we install this stuff here, and that's another version, that's a 3-blade version, so we have 2-blade and 3-blade. It will be up to you depending which marking you choose. Here we have marking or masks application guide, and also the resin figure assembly guide. I guess it should be easy to do. The first marking option comes from October 1938. Here we go on with spring 1939, summer 1939. One more is from March 1940. Here we have May 1940. One more is from June 1940. And next we go on with June, July 1940, August, September 1940. And these are more or less, I would say, standard British markings, so we do not see anything bright here. But still, there are some interesting stories behind this aircraft, so I really recommend to read these history notes. Next, here we have the stenciling guide for aircraft, and of course various brushing accessories for this particular Mk.I version. So as you can see, we have instrument panels, wheels, landing gear wheels, cockpit, gun base, and there will be more, so just stay tuned. And as for the kit, it should be already available. You can get it on official Eduard website. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!